This is the 1944 painting skeleton in an office by the Belgian artist Paul Delvaux. At first glance, the painting feels calm, even elegant. The composition is clean, the lighting is soft, the space feels carefully measured. But the longer you look, the stranger it becomes. Paul Delvaux had an extraordinary ability to merge the classical beauty of academic painting with the unsettling logic of surrealism. He painted with the precision of the old masters, every line deliberate, every surface believable. And yet, nothing in his world ever feels normal. His paintings exist in a place where logic quietly dissolves, where familiar things feel slightly wrong, where time seems suspended. Today, I want to show you more of Paul Delvaux's work and tell you the story of the man who created these dreamlike, haunting scenes. Paul Delvaux was born on September 22, 1897, in Belgium. His mother was a talented musician, intelligent, disciplined, and deeply controlling. From an early age, she shaped nearly every aspect of his life. As a young boy, Delvaux studied Greek and Latin, immersing himself in classical literature and mythology. Even his earliest drawings reflected this influence. They were already populated with mythological figures, ancient architecture, and dreamlike settings. Art came naturally to him, but freedom did not. When Delvaux finished high school, his mother made her position clear. Art, she believed, was impractical. She insisted that her son pursue a real career. So Paul Delvaux was placed in an office job at a shipping company. He despised it. The work drained him. The routines suffocated him. He felt completely out of place. Eventually, his parents allowed him to study at the Académie des Beaux-Arts. But there was a condition. He was not permitted to study painting, only architecture. This decision proved disastrous. Delvaux struggled terribly with mathematics. He failed nearly every class. Before his first year was even finished, he dropped out entirely. It seemed as though his artistic future had been quietly closed off. Then, in 1919, something unexpected happened. While on a family vacation, Delvaux randomly encountered the painter Franz Curtens. Almost by chance, he showed Curtens a few of his drawings and watercolors. Curtens immediately recognized his talent. He spoke directly to Delvaux's mother and told her something she could not ignore. Her son had genuine ability and a real future as an artist. For once, she listened. Delvaux was allowed to return to the Académie des Beaux-Arts, this time as a painting student. His early works were fairly traditional. He painted landscapes, quiet scenes, and especially trains. There were many trains. Delvaux had been fascinated by them since childhood. They represented movement, distance, and escape, things largely absent from his own life. But everything changed in 1929. That year, Delvaux fell deeply in love with a woman named Anne-Marie, whom he affectionately called Tam. For the first time, his life felt emotionally full, and once again, his mother intervened. She disapproved of the relationship. She forced them apart. She made Delvaux promise that he would never see or speak to Tam again. The separation devastated him. His paintings began to change. They grew quieter, more still, more isolated. Figures appeared alone in vast, empty spaces. Silence became a central theme. Then, 3 years later, on New Year's Eve, Delvaux's mother died. Her death marked a turning point. Freed from her control, his art shifted dramatically. Delvaux's work became increasingly surreal, populated by skeletal figures, classical ruins, nude women, and impossible architectural spaces. He began exhibiting alongside major surrealists, such as Salvador Dali and René Magritte. But just as his career was gaining momentum, history intervened. Germany invaded Belgium. During World War II, Delvaux withdrew almost completely from public life. He painted quietly at home, rarely exhibiting his work. During this period, a significant portion of his art was lost, not to destruction, but to necessity. Delvaux often painted over older works to reuse the canvas. When the war finally ended, something else returned to his life: love, By pure coincidence, Delvaux ran into Tam again, this time at a newsstand. They immediately reconnected. Nothing had faded. This time, there was no mother standing in their way. 25, they married and built a home by the sea, planning a quiet life together. In 1982, the Paul Delvaux Museum opened in Belgium. Delvaux and Tam attended the opening together. They moved into a nearby house and visited the museum almost every day. But in 1989, tragedy struck again. Tam passed away. After her death, Delvaux stopped painting entirely. He tried to continue, but the spark was gone. His muse, his lifelong love, was no longer there. Paul Delvaux died in 1994. He was buried beside the woman he had once been forced to forget. And perhaps that is why his paintings feel the way they do. Like dreams, like memories suspended in time, like things we are told to let go of, but never truly can. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I would love to hear in the comments what you thought of this paintings. See you in the next video.